What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Wanted to do something different for this stream. Um, along with video games, pro wrestling, I also love anime. I've loved anime for a long time, especially ever since my high school years. My high school years is where I really got a deep dive into anime. Pretty much through Toonami. But I figured, you know what? Let's talk anime tonight. And I figured a good idea would be to share my anime collection with y'all, with the fans, with the world. So, this will be part one of 3 parts. And this will cover the anime titles that I own in alphabetical order from A to G. This will be part 1. So, I would say I got a good, decent handful of anime. But, I own a lot. And of course, I subscribe to different streaming platforms. I mean, Crunchyroll, Netflix, Hulu, a lot of the main streaming platforms that have a lot of anime. Because, and not only that, I'm the type of guy that if I like an anime, I'ma own it. I'ma show my support and own it. I'm not really about illegally downloading anime or pirating. That's not me. If I like anime, if I like a certain title enough, I'ma buy it. I'ma support it. So I got a whole bunch of anime on my bed behind me. So let's get started with the letter A. Let's see. This should be all the A's. Let's bring them on over. Woo! Okay. So starting with the letter A, and don't get me wrong, this won't be in specific alphabetical order. I'm just going through, the titles that I have that start with the letter A. So first off, Attack on Titan. So I have on Blu-ray Attack on Titan Season 1, Attack on Titan Season 2, and Attack on Titan Season 3. All 3 of these I have on Blu-ray currently. Attack on Titan. It was a number of years ago. I remember going to Animazement in my hometown, Raleigh, North Carolina. But yeah, I remember going to Animazement, and it was at a time where Attack on Titan got really, really popular and really, really hot. And I saw a lot of cosplayers cosplaying like different characters from Attack on Titan, whether it was Levi or Mikasa or Eren Yeager, Armin, you name it. Or even, cosplaying as different Titans. And me, I remember seeing a Japanese trailer of Attack on Titan back when I didn't know the English name was Attack on Titan. And it looked really weird. I remember it had the Colossal Titan in it and, invading over Wall Maria. And when I was at Animazement, I just kept seeing more and more folks cosplaying Attack on Titan. So it just got to the point where, like, everywhere I turn, somebody's cosplaying Attack on Titan. Somebody's talking about Attack on Titan. Back, forth, front, the back, side to side. The big talk was Attack on Titan. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what all of this fuss is about. And I decided to watch Attack on Titan for myself. And I was pretty hooked. I actually was pretty hooked. Seasons 1 and 2 are my favorite of Attack on Titan. season 3 started to get a little bit more political, and what I've seen so far of season 4, I'm pretty caught up, but really, really political. But season 4 did pick up on the action. I felt it picked up on the action more than it did in season 3. So at least I'm happy about that. But it really started to get more and more political starting in season 3. But I do enjoy Attack on Titan. I'm looking forward to when they finally release part 3 to Crunchyroll so I can get back to that. But I'm hoping maybe within another year or two, they'll have the final Blu-ray for, the final season of Attack on Titan, and I'll be able to own that. But for now, I own seasons 1 through 3 on Blu-ray of Attack on Titan. Alright, next up, it's a classic. Classic movie, Akira. Got this on Blu-ray. Akira, I feel kind of bad because I saw Akira actually kind of late. I mean, it's a fairly old movie, but yeah, I saw it fairly late. But I always appreciate, just the nostalgia from this movie. I remember my good friend, shout out to D Fuji, aka Heartbreaker Leo. We went to MomoCon back in 2019, and he cosplayed. He actually cosplayed as Kaneda. Really, really good cosplay. And every now and then, I'll see somebody cosplay as Kaneda. I don't ever see anybody cosplay as Tetsuo. It's kind of a shame, but Kaneda, I guess, is everybody's favorite. And I was still in my, mostly in my 20s when I saw this, but definitely not the movie for teenagers, that's for sure. I mean, it can be a pretty gruesome, crazy looking movie. I wouldn't say it's among the level of, say, like a Ninja Scroll, but it's close. It's close. But Akira is definitely a classic, and I mean, when it came to Blu-ray, I definitely had to get it. But definitely for anybody that's looking to get into anime, this is a classic to check out. So, good movie. Akira, well worth it. Next up, Afro Samurai. So check this out. Got Afro Samurai, the season director's cut, starring Samuel L. Jackson, who's the Afro Samurai. And then also got the special edition director's cut of Afro Samurai Resurrection. So, definitely another really good anime. Not a long anime, but definitely very action-packed. And, of course, Samuel L. Jackson, especially the funny, trash-talking sidekick. And, of course, I believe we had, like, one of these had Lucy Liu, and I think the other one had Kelly Hugh, if I remember correctly. But, hey, Charles, what's up? My God, you got to cut the mustache hair from covering up your top soup cooler. Hey, leave my mustache alone. And Attack on Titan art style is gross and not in a fun way. It is a very unique art style. Definitely separates from a lot of other animes. So I definitely agree with you on that. I need to learn to be drippy like Afro Samurai. I don't. What does that mean? Like a drippy afro or Jerry cut? I don't get it. You have to explain. But I remember. I'm trying to remember where I first saw this. I believe Hulu had Afro Samurai. I don't know if Toonami or Adult Swim did Afro Samurai. I don't think it did because it was, it was pretty vulgar. But I remember checking Afro Samurai out on Hulu and pretty much definitely enjoyed the action and enjoyed all of Samuel L. Jackson's trash talk. But definitely, definitely two action-packed animes, Blu-rays that I definitely enjoy. So, and every now and then I would usually see somebody cosplaying as Afro Samurai. So, if you love action and you love Samuel L. Jackson, check it out. Oh, thank you. That's right. Spike TV had Afro Samurai. That's right. I knew it was something. I couldn't remember if it was Adult Swim or what, but Spike TV. You're right. Thank you for reminding me. Drippy equals cool. What? I'm cool by default. What you talking about? But yeah, thank you for reminding me. Spike TV. Very true. Okay, next up, Air Gear. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck. I still haven't sat down and watched this yet, but I fell in love with the trailer. I actually fell in love with the trailer, and I actually got this when it was dirt cheap. So I figured, why not? But I've heard really good things about Air Gear, so I definitely will have to check this out at some point. But I do own Air Gear. This is on DVD. Unfortunately, they don't have this on Blu-ray. It hasn't been released on Blu-ray yet, so it's kind of a bummer. But shout out to my friend Sippy, aka Brandon Saprowski, who recommended this. So, yeah, I'll have to eventually get to this. Charles says, man, I knew you hadn't watched that. No one did. LOL. I know some people that have watched this. I've heard great things. So, you know, I take their word for it. But I do need to get around to watching this. This is, you know, I mean, after all, I do own it. Okay, next up. This was actually one that one of my old coworkers back when I was at Atomic Games introduced me to. And that is Ah My Goddess. So this is the first season collection, the entire season, volumes 1 through 6. So I have that. I have Ah My Goddess the movie, which I still have to see. I still have to see this. Ah My Goddess Flights of Fancy, which is pretty much the second season of Ah My Goddess. And then I have both volumes of Oh My Goddess. And I mean, and technically this starts with an O, but I figured I'd pair this with Ah My Goddess because it's pretty much from the same realm. But these I still need to see. But I got through the first season of Ah My Goddess, and actually I really enjoyed it. It's definitely, it's a very unique anime. That's the gist that I got from it. Decent amount of action. I wouldn't say that they got really crazy with the action, but definitely a great dose of comedy and drama. Like, I really enjoyed the drama in this. And, you know, definitely a fan of Belle Dandy and Keiichi Morisato. The connection that they had was really, really good. And how well that they built that connection. And just the story overall was just really, really good. Charles says, wow, Oh My Goddess, that's one of those I've seen in stores forever but never watched. I can tell you haven't watched them by the way they were stuck together. Boo. But yes, this definitely, I would suggest if you're really into a good drama with a nice dose of action and comedy, I would recommend definitely checking this out, Charles. Definitely checking this out. And like I said, I still have to watch the other parts. But yeah, one of my coworkers from back when I worked at Atomic Games introduced me to Ah My Goddess. So I checked it out. He loaned me like burned copies of the first season of Oh My Goddess, and that was how I watched it. So, yeah, that was how I got introduced to Oh My Goddess. Charles says, you better own a copy of Magical Shopping Arcade Abeno Hasi. I've never even heard of that. Is that old or new? Because I've never even heard of that, to be honest with you. And then to finish out the letter A, this is an anime that, shout out to my good friend Layla, aka Chaos Lily. She actually introduced me to this anime, and when I finally saw it, I definitely enjoyed the mess out of it. Very unique story and premise behind this. Assassination Classroom. So I got season 1 on Blu-ray, season 2 on Blu-ray, and then the movie 365 Days. But you want a good action with some good comedy, a little bit of drama, maybe a sad moment or two. Definitely Assassination Classrooms what it's at. Hey, Adnan, Adam Yuki, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome. Charles says, what? Oh, it's old? Yeah, Charles, I've never heard of it. I've actually never heard of it. I'll have to check it out. Magical Shopping Arcade Abeno Hasi. Yeah, I have to check that out. Good thing I have this archived, because I have to check that out. But have I seen the live action movie? No. I'm very hesitant when it comes to watching live action anime adaptations. So far, the only one that I've seen that I thought was really good so far, I still need to watch the remaining 3, is Rurouni Kenshin. I could tolerate Death Note. Wasn't great, but I could tolerate it. Fist of the North Star. Dragon Ball Evolution. Yeah, those are the main ones that I've seen. I refuse to watch the live action Ghost in the Shell. That ain't happening. I refuse to watch that. I'm even hesitant to consider watching the live action Attack on Titan, because I've heard negative things about that. Death Note was okay. Yeah, I personally, I thought it was okay. I can tolerate it, but I can understand how, others could say it was pretty meh. But I could tolerate Death Note, live action Death Note. Evolution is one of the worst movies ever. Yes, facts. I agree. But with Assassination Classroom, just the idea behind, you're in school with the sole objective of killing your teacher. Like, that is just, it's so weird sounding, but the way they did it with this anime was just excellent. Was just really excellent. So definitely, you want unique story with some great action and comedy, Assassination Classroom. Definitely check it out. I originally watched the whole series on Funimation, streamed it on Funimation, and then once I got through it, I decided to buy it. So here's the Assassination Classroom. The bootleg Dragon Ball movie is fun, along with the 70s Lupin movie. LOL. You're probably gonna hate my guts for this, Charles, but I cannot get into Lupin. I just can't get into Lupin. I've tried. It doesn't grab me. It doesn't grab me, unfortunately. But I have a lot of respect for it. I mean, it's an old, well-known anime, and I would say it's popular. So I definitely respect its roots. Just Lupin, I could never get into. So that does it for the A's. let's go to the B's. Okay. Okay. So, let's get started on the B's. Lupin is one of my top 5 anime. Oh, wow, that's high praise. Top 5? Top 5 anime of all time? Wow. I can respect that. Kind of surprising. I don't know if I've known anybody that would put that in their top 5. But hey, mad props. So, Tenchi, Lupin, Samurai 7 to name 3. Tenchi, definitely love Tenchi. Samurai 7 I do own, but I still need to watch. Yu Yu Hakusho I still need to finish. I still have not finished Yu Yu Hakusho, unfortunately, and I know I'm gonna get crap for it. So getting started with the B's. BlazBlue Alter Memory. You know, at first, when I saw that this existed, I was kind of thinking, if it's anything like how the Devil May Cry anime went, it's probably gonna bomb. But you know what? I gave it a shot. I watched this, and I actually enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed this. I do like how they did use the soundtrack from the game in this, so I thought that was really cool. But I would say, if you're a fan of BlazBlue, definitely give this a shot. And I even have the old BlazBlue Calamity Trigger bonus discs that came with BlazBlue Calamity Trigger from a long time ago. So, yeah, I figured I'd put these two together. But if you're a BlazBlue fan, I definitely would recommend BlazBlue Alter Memory. I have it on Blu-ray, and it's pretty dirt cheap now. But I think you could also watch it on Hulu. I think it's on Hulu. Charles says, I hate that you haven't watched Samurai 7, and yes, I'm giving you crap. I've seen a few episodes a long time ago when I first discovered it, but yeah, I had never finished it. I don't know if you remember Joe Williford from Epic, but he is who introduced me to Samurai 7. That's how I learned about Samurai 7. Alright. Let's keep it going. Now, I know some people may not consider this an anime, but I mean, I have it in the collection, and I feel like, you know, especially every true fan, especially when it comes to DC, should own this. Bam! The complete Batman the Animated Series. I'm going to just go ahead and say this. I would highly, highly stress that it would be extremely hard to be a Batman fan and have never seen this. Now, I will say, I still need to finish the later seasons of this, but I would find it hard to believe if somebody told me that they were a Batman fan and have never seen Batman the Animated Series. I'm going to just keep it real. But this was a day one buy. And not only that, both autographed by the man himself, Bruce Wayne, Batman himself, the legendary Kevin Conroy. He was at last year's GalaxyCon, so autographed my 2 Blu-rays of this collection. He was really, really awesome to meet. Excellent guy. The legendary Kevin Conroy. But yes, this was a day one buy for me. I say this to anybody that claims to be a Batman fan. If you've never seen this, whether you finished it or not, but if you've never seen or heard of Batman the Animated Series, I have to question your fandom. I have to question your fandom. As a Batman fan, as somebody that claims to be a Batman fan, I would have to question that if you've never heard of or seen Batman the Animated Series. I'm going to just leave it at that. Now, that's a collection centerpiece. Yeah. And I remember big highlights of watching Batman the Animated Series when I got home from school, because I remember that's what would come on also before Power Rangers. That would always come on before Power Rangers. Because I remember the, first season of Power Rangers, like, the original Power Rangers, definitely like the first 1 or 2 seasons, would always come on after Batman the Animated Series. Next up, now this is another one. I originally was kind of iffy at first, but I liked the animation. It kind of gave that Batman Beyond feel. And then once I found out that, the main character is voiced by Steve Bloom, it automatically caught my attention. I've only gotten through the first season of this, so I still have to finish the rest. But it's definitely an anime that I definitely am proud to finally see it come to Blu-ray. The Big O. That's right. I remember when Big O came to Toonami. I remember the trailer for Big O on Toonami. And, definitely has that Batman Beyond look to it and art style. And the fact that, it has that look, plus the fact that it's a mecha, I just thought was really neat. And of course, the main character, Roger Smith, is voiced by Steve Bloom. So, this was definitely one that I enjoyed when it was introduced on Toonami. And I also like the soundtrack. The soundtrack was actually pretty cool as well. Charles says, "Oh, I hated Big O." Oh, you didn't like Big O? Really? Oh, that's a bummer. Cool art style, that Bruce Timm style, but so boring to me. Was it the action? Was it the story? Anything in particular, or just mainly as a whole? Because I actually enjoyed the action. Dorothy was an interesting character as well, but yeah, I just appreciate the way that they did with the art style and the fact that it's a mecha. So I even like how the back says dames, detectives, giant robots, and a city without memories. Paradigm City. The story. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, I still have to finish it, so I'll keep that in mind. I'll definitely keep that in mind. But I would say it's a good pickup if you really like mechas. Give this one a shot. But that's just me. This next one. Oh, Charles says, I was also never big into the big mech anime that wasn't Evangelion or the Unicorn Gundam season. Oh, I see. So you kept it pretty specific. No, that's understandable. This next one, very action packed, and I saw graphics of this, and then I watched the trailer, and I was just like, there's a lot of gunplay. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. And man, the action, loved it. and just the characters and just overall the action. You know, I'm big into like gunplay and stuff like that. Black Lagoon. I watched this whole series via Hulu. I remember watching this on Hulu and just fell in love with the action. Very action packed. Roberta was one of my favorite characters. I really enjoyed the Roberta's Blood Trail OVA, which comes in this Blu-ray release. Charles says Mazinger and all those era big mechs aren't my jam. Never got into Mazinger. I've heard of it, but I never got into Mazinger. But dude, if y'all want a lot of action, a lot of guns blazing and stuff like that, and just a lot of ruthlessness, Black Lagoon. Definitely check it out. Like I said, I watched the whole series on Hulu originally, and when I saw this was on Blu-ray, definitely had to pick it up. Like I said, it comes with the whole series, including Roberta's Blood Trail OVA, which, like I said, Roberta is one of my favorite characters from this series. So definitely check this out. Definitely check this out. This next one I also still need to watch. The trailer caught my attention, and I saw this for dirt cheap at Animazement a couple of years ago, so I figured I might as well get it. Burst Angel. I liked what I saw from it. It's only 24 episodes, but this is one that I definitely need to put on my list at some point. You know, maybe bump up the priority. But I liked the trailer, and like I said, it was dirt cheap when I got it a couple of years ago at Animazement, the dealer's room. So I figured, why not? So that's all I could really say about Burst Angel. If y'all seen it, let me know. Leave your comments. But that's all I can really say about Burst Angel. Okay. Got some more bees. Okay. Some more bees. Okay, now this next one I remember watching a long time ago. Do y'all remember late at night on Cinemax, sometimes they would show anime? Whether it was Vampire Hunter D or Ghost in the Shell or like what you call it? Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040. Well, this was one of those that they showed late at night on Cinemax. Like, you had to be up at like 1 in the morning, sometimes like maybe midnight. But this is how I saw this next one, and I fell in love instantly with the opening theme. I love this opening theme. It's one of my favorites. And I still need to finish the series. Blue Seed. Mysterious Tokyo. Take it easy, dangerous night. Mysterious Tokyo. Pick me a foxy night game. One of my favorite anime openings. Like, I used to jam to the opening. Like, I used to put the opening on loop. That's how much I love the opening to Blue Sea. It's a pretty old anime, but, you know, kind of had that kind of sort of post-apocalyptic sort of look and feel to it. But, 26 episodes, and it has a 3-episode OVA, but definitely have to get around to finishing this one. But I love the opening. Love the opening. One of my favorites in anime history. But yeah, Blue Sea. Pretty old, but quite good. I'm just happy that they brought it to Blu-ray. Took a while. It wasn't until maybe a year or so ago that they finally brought it to Blu-ray. This This next one, I thought the idea was pretty hilarious. Definitely really hilarious. This was another one that I watched all the way through on, pardon me. I watched this all the way through when it was on Hulu. But very, very funny premise behind this. Bento. The characters are literally fighting over delicious bento box from the grocery store. Like, that's the premise of this anime. These students beating the crap out of each other, like some martial arts, all that, just beating the crap out of each other to get to the delicious bento lunch boxes. Can you believe that? It sounds kind of cheesy, but it's actually very funny and action-packed. And, you know, this is on Blu-ray, and it's actually pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap. If you like action and comedy, I definitely recommend Bento. Bento was really good. I enjoyed Bento. This next one, I thought was a really good drama, and I really liked the comedy that's in this one. And the story was quite intriguing, especially the fact that it focuses on art and calligraphy. Barakamon. This was another one. I actually watched Barakamon on Funimation. I actually streamed this via Funimation. And it was pretty funny. I thought it was pretty hilarious. And, you know, the fact that, you know, it just focuses on a young calligrapher. And, you know, it has a good base of drama in there as well. Not very long. I believe it's only 12 or 13 episodes. So it's not a long anime. But I really like the comedy and drama that they did with this. And I really like the art style. And it might not be a very well-known anime, I wouldn't think. But I think it's a nice little gem. So, if you're into drama with some good comedy, give Barakamon a try. Definitely give this one a try. And it's also not an expensive anime as well. I mean, it's only 13 episodes. Next up, this one I thought was pretty interesting. I still need to watch it, but the trailer caught my attention. And, you know, it has to do with kendo. It's pretty interesting. Bamboo Blade. Complete series. Now, they don't have this on Blu-ray, but the interesting thing about this is not only does it involve kendo, but these folks are fighting over sushi. Like, fighting over sushi. It's weird. It's really, really weird. But if this is anything equivalent to or better than Bento, I'm going to definitely end up falling in love with this. You know, just to keep it a buck. So, I hope to eventually get around checking this one out. But, yeah. Saw the trailer, checked out the background of the story, and it was just like, huh. This is anything like Bento or better, I'm going to love this. So, hence, I own it. Next up, this is a very action-packed anime. I haven't gotten around to the new series of this yet, but definitely an action-packed anime. And if you love ninjas, definitely you should check this out. If you like ninjas, or you know, ninjas, samurais, you know, feudal Japan type stuff, I would definitely recommend this. Basilisk. So got the complete first series of Basilisk on Blu-ray, which is 24 episodes. And then they did another series called Basilisk, the Uka Ninja Scrolls. So this right here. So this is part 1. So here's part 1. and then here's part 2. So both of those on Blu-ray. Actually, Blu-ray DVD combos. But yeah, definitely action-packed. I like the art style. And, it deals with ninjas, samurais, feudal Japan. So I like stuff like that, especially me being a big Rurouni Kenshin fan. Basilisk definitely fits the bill. Definitely fits the bill. I've seen this. I just need to see the new series. But it's been so long, I'm probably going to revisit the first season just to get reacquainted with it. But definitely a very action-packed anime. Highly recommend Basilisk. Next up is another one that I discovered via Toonami. Not a long anime, but I definitely like the art style. I like the ending theme as well. The ending theme was pretty cool, but saw reruns of this a bunch of times. It was an alright anime. I won't say it's like excellent high quality, but it was alright for what it was. And that's Blue Submarine number 6. I remember when this came to Toonami. Like I said, the animation was pretty cool. And, it's not a lot of episodes. I think it's only like 4 or 5 episodes. But not a whole lot to it. So, if anything, when they had this, they just really showed those same episodes over and over again for a while. But it's mainly just OVAs overall. But it was alright. For what it was alright. So, only thing I can really say is check it out, see for yourself if you'd like. I'm not gonna say, oh my god, this anime's to die for, but I mean, it was alright for what it was. I'll say that. And, it's pretty cheap. So I figured, this was part of Toonami. I liked it for what it was. Why not own it? Okay, and to finish off the letter B, definitely one of my favorite animes. This was another one that I originally caught on Cinemax. This used excuse me. This used to come on Cinemax late at night. I want to say around, if I remember correctly, like at least around 11 p.m. And they would usually do 1 to 2 episodes. But love the soundtrack. Love the art style. Love the action. And this is definitely one that I highly vouch for. And I really, really, really hope that they eventually bring this one to Blu-ray. Because this will be a day one buy if they bring this to Blu-ray. And that is Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040. So I have the perfect collection, the whole series on DVD. I remember for the longest time I had a hard time finding this, but I'm thankful that I was finally able to find this. But such an awesome anime. My only negative thing about it, did not like the ending. I thought the ending was bad. Did not like the ending. But everything else was excellent. I love the main characters. Pris Asagiri, Nene Romanova, Celia Stingray, Lena Yamazaki, the Night Sabers. The Night Sabers. Love those ladies. And like I said, the music by Asakira. Love the soundtrack. I got a bunch of the tracks on my in my iTunes library, but love the soundtrack for this anime. The opening and the ending were awesome. But yeah, and I know it has a long, interesting name, but yeah, Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, definitely I vouch highly for this. Great action, great anime, love the soundtrack. So definitely highly, highly vouch for Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, and I really, really hope that this can eventually come to Blu-ray at some point. The sooner the better, but when it does, it will be a day one purchase. Okay. Let's move on to the C's. Got a small handful of C's. Yeah, just a small handful. Okay. Actually, you know what? Where are my manners? I forgot to put this up. Even though I have been keeping up with the chat, forgot to put the chat box up. So starting off, this anime, definitely one that I used to watch on Saturday mornings. I never finished it, but definitely it was an anime I thought was really cool, and I always enjoyed watching it whenever I could on Saturday mornings. And that is Cardcaptor Sakura. Of course, in the US, it was just called Cardcaptors. But I liked the opening that they did on Saturday mornings. And one of my favorite episodes was when Mei Lin took on the fight card. Still to this day, my favorite episode. But yeah. Featuring Sakura and Lee. But yeah, definitely enjoyed this. And I haven't finished it. I think I got middle of the ways, but haven't finished it. But I also have both movies. Of course, you have the first movie. And then you have the second movie, the sealed card. And then they ended up doing another series, which I have to start. Clear Card. Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card. Charles says, wow, yeah, that was not one I ever got into. I thought it was really good. I like it for what it was. Some would say that maybe, you know, if you're into like Yu-Gi-Oh, maybe give Cardcaptor Sakura a try. I never could really get that deep into Yu-Gi-Oh. I've only seen a few episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh, but I appreciate the popularity. But some folks have told me, you know, that like both. If you like Yu-Gi-Oh, you may like Cardcaptor Sakura. But, I liked it for what it was. And I do want to eventually get back into this, because I do have to see the movies and get through Clear Card. But yeah, Cardcaptor Sakura. And this actually, at first, was a very rare to find on Blu-ray. I mean, it's actually rare to find on DVD as well, but thankfully, they re-released this on Blu-ray. I mean, it can be pretty expensive, but it's a little bit more easier to access now. Especially this is more easy to access, and these other ones are pretty easy to access as well. Charles says, that and Shaman King and Yu-Gi-Oh weren't for me. Shaman King, I like the art style, but it was just one of those that I didn't consistently keep up with. But I'm not gonna say I think Shaman King was bad. I didn't consistently keep up with it. I mean, it was, from what I remember, I thought it was all right. Okay. Next up, gonna get into a little bit of Studio Ghibli. The Cat Returns. I actually got to see this in the theater during the Studio Ghibli Fest. It was probably a couple of years ago, but I actually saw this in the theater. I thought I felt like it was pretty short compared to a lot of other Studio Ghibli movies, but still, it was definitely a movie I enjoyed. I wouldn't put it in my top 5 Studio Ghibli movies, but it was still very enjoyable, and it was worth checking out in the theater. So, if you're a Studio Ghibli fan, The Cat Returns, really good, and they released it on Blu-ray in Steelbook fashion. So, definitely check it out. Now, for this next one, I gotta give a shout out to my good friend Joe V, Joseph Vasquez, who vouched very, very highly for this anime. I checked it out and I did not regret checking it out. Very action packed and I definitely loved it. Claymore. Claymore was another one that I watched on Hulu, and it is pretty dark. I will say that it is pretty dark, but man, very, very action packed. And I remember Joe V and I talking a lot about this, for sure. So definitely recommend Claymore. Charles says, name my top 5 Studio Ghibli. So my top 5, and this is like in no particular order, but Kiki's Delivery Service, Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle, and Porco Rosso. I'd probably say those are my top 5. It's close, too. It's close, because there are a lot of really good ones. But I have to say those would be my top 5. Princess Mononoke all day. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's definitely there. Definitely there. The Secret World of Arrietty gets an honorable mention. My Neighbor Totoro gets an honorable mention. Castle in the Sky gets an honorable mention. So, but yeah, lots of good Studio Ghibli goodness. Charles says Castle of Cagliostro is my favorite Miyazaki movie. Well, of course, it's Lupin. So, yeah, I totally, yeah, it's Lupin. Okay. And speaking of which, let's continue on the Studio Ghibli trail. Castle in the Sky did a steelbook release on Blu-ray for this one. This is another one I saw in the theater. I think the first year they did the Studio Ghibli Fest was when they showed this in the theaters. So it was all right. I wouldn't put it in my top 5, but it was still a good movie. When it comes to Castle, I would definitely pick Howl's Moving Castle over this. But still, Castle in the Sky was good. Still it was a good movie. But yeah, they got this on the Steelbook collection. Let's see. Let me make sure I don't have any more C's. Okay. Arrietty and Ponyo are good. Ponyo was interesting. Ponyo was very interesting. I'm not going to say in a bad way, but it was very interesting. Ponyo was very interesting. And Arrietty was definitely good. I liked Arrietty. But probably the weirdest one that I've seen so far, the weirdest one I'd have to say is The Tale of the Princess Kaguya. That one was pretty weird, especially art style and story. That one was pretty weird. But to finish off the C's, y'all know I had to do this. I had to save the best for last of the C's. If y'all know me and you pay attention to a lot of stuff that I wear, you'll know that what I'm about to show next is clearly the best, my all-time favorite anime that I will never, ever get tired of. The greatest of all time, the GOAT of anime. That's right. Cowboy Bebop. And you best believe this was a day one by. Oh, but that's not all. That's not all. I also have Cowboy Bebop, the movie as well, which has become a very, very rare find. Charles said, I skipped it. You are crazy for skipping it. I'm going to just say that. You are crazy for skipping it. But one thing that I am proud of, autographed by Shinichiro Watanabe. Autographed by both Steve Blum and Shinichiro Watanabe. And of course, as you can see, I'm wearing one of my 19 owned Cowboy Bebop shirts, showcasing Ein. Ein and the dog were the best part of that show. You are crazy. You are crazy. You must be talking about the live action. You ain't talking about the anime. You must be talking about the live action. But Cowboy Bebop, Toonami, Adult Swim was definitely where it was at for me. I got hooked immediately on Cowboy Bebop, and I was still pretty young, still a teen, and just love the series, love the action, love the story, each character's story, and just, love the art style. I still have yet to see this subbed. I've only seen this a bunch of times dubbed, because I think the English cast is phenomenal. Charles says, I've tried to watch the series about 5 times. Can't do it. What? Nope, anime is the only thing I ever tried to watch. Oh, okay. So, well, first off, it's a good thing that you didn't watch the live action, because it was gutter trash. But yeah, this was a cornerstone anime for me when it came down to really getting into anime. The music, the action, the story, the characters, the animation, and then of course, you throw in the movie, which, was a nice little break from the series. It was his own thing. Yoko Kanno did an excellent job. Yoko Kanno, the Seatbelts, My Yamane, did an excellent job with the soundtrack. And of course, Yoko Kanno is a legend. So, definitely enjoyed that. The director, Shinichiro Watanabe, well known, has quite a resume. Cowboy Bebop, Macross, Samurai Champloo, Space Dandy, Kids on the Slope. Most recently, Carolyn Tuesday. Huge resume. Very well known. And I've met him twice. Met Steve Blum once. But yeah, this is an anime that will resonate very high in my heart and will always be number one in my heart. It will be very, very difficult for another anime to surpass this for me. For me. For me. And therefore, this is why I consider this the GOAT of anime. Cowboy Bebop. Love it, love it, love it. I've gotten through this about 6, 7 times. Probably need to revisit it again just for the heck of it. Especially to get that nasty, foul live action series taste out of my mouth. Which I originally didn't expect to get through the entire live action of Cowboy Bebop, but I did it for the sake of my own sanity. I regret doing it, but you know, at least I can say that I made it through. But the live action trash compared to the anime. Okay. That was the C's. Let's move on to the D's. Well, I mean, for D, there's not really a lot that I have for D's, but it'll be pretty straightforward. Charles says, now you made me think of what my base foundation anime series are. Cutie Honey, Devilman, OG Dragon Ball, only original run DBZ, Lupin, and Yu Yu. Cutie Honey I have heard of, never seen. Devilman I've heard of, never seen. OG Dragon Ball, of course. Original run DBZ, of course. Lupin and Yu Yu, which, you know, others that I've heard of. Which Yu Yu is great. Lupin never could get into. But that's a pretty solid foundation list, Charles. Definitely solid. Okay. The D's. Death Note. Now, I had heard about Death Note quite a bit. And, you know, it's a pretty well-known anime. So I felt like it was one of those where I was just like, you know what? This is a pretty well-known anime. I should check it out. And, you know, after looking into the story and just the whole idea of, you know, there's a book, the Death Note, that you can write somebody's name in and put in, and just that they die. The name you put in there and they die. It's crazy. Really, really crazy. Sailor Moon and Ronin Warriors. Ronin Warriors is good. Sailor Moon, I'm not a fan of Sailor Moon. I respect its popularity and it has a big fan base, but I will never get into Sailor Moon. That just ain't gonna happen. I can tell you that right now. But Death Note was really good. So it's a Shonen Jump title. But L is definitely my favorite character. Really, really like L. But yeah. Had an Omega edition on Blu-ray, which came with a really nice Death Note art book, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, I also like this case art as well. But yeah, definitely L was my favorite character from Death Note. Really, really cool. And just his overall look and demeanor. Scary looking, but very interesting character. But yeah, I love L. L was really cool. But yeah, definitely recommend Death Note. Well-known anime for a long time. And, you know, it's dark, of course, but definitely an anime that I enjoyed. Had good suspense. Very well done. Charles says, I only like the Death Note manga. The melodrama didn't work as well for me in motion. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I can't really get into manga like that. I've tried. It's just I don't know. Maybe because I'm not. I don't know. I'm not too big of a reader outside of Game Informer magazine and the Bible. But that's just me. I mean, that's something I could work on, right? That's something I could work on. Okay. Well, might as well go ahead and bust these out because these are the only D's that I have left. Okay. So starting out, of course, you got to start from the beginning, and that's the complete series of the original Dragon Ball. So, let's see. Got season 1, which has Kid Goku on there. Season 2 has a very young Krillin. Although he doesn't look that different from how he looks in DBZ. Season 3, Master Roshi. Season 4, Piccolo. And Season 5, a much older Goku. Adult Goku. And got the Dragon Ball 4 movie pack. So the 4 movie pack is Curse of the Blood Rupees, Sleeping Princess and Devil's Castle, Mystical Adventure, and The Path to Power. So all these are on DVD, which, you know, it's all good. I mean, I hope they eventually do a Blu-ray release for these, but if not, it's all good. Charles says, I could go on a whole rant on what I don't like about manga, but I'm a sucker for sequential art. Comics, you know, are my thing. OG Dragon Ball is the best anime manga ever. Definitely OG Dragon Ball. I mean, that's where it originally started. And I remember Toonami started showing the original Dragon Ball. That's how I got to watch it, but unfortunately it's another one that I haven't finished all the way through. So this is definitely, when I go back through Dragon Ball, like the whole thing, I'm a revisit it from the top. I'm gonna revisit it from the top, and it'll give me a chance to go back through everything again. But yeah, Dragon Ball I never did finish, so that's definitely, I need to bump that up on the priority list. And I actually haven't seen any of the movies, but I own them, so I can get around to seeing them. But yeah, good old Dragon Ball. And I definitely like the box art for each of these. But yeah. Okay. And then, what's next? Well, you guessed it. There's a lot of them. So let me bust these out. Oh, Lord. Ugh. Okay. Yep. I definitely own these, and that's, of course, the complete series of Dragon Ball Z, which includes Season 1 on Blu-ray. So you got a couple of characters in there, Goku, Piccolo, Raditz. You got a Cyberman in the back, Nappa, Chaozu in the back there. Season 2, I like the art here. You got a lot of different characters on here. You got the Ginyu Force, Gohan, Vegeta, Bulma, See Yamcha, Tien, some Cybermen in the back, Dodoria, Zarbon. A lot of characters on this one. Charles says, for real, Jason, I thought you were like me and were watching it at 6 in the morning on UPN and downloading scripts and synopsis online in the early 90s before Cartoon Network got it. For Z, not for Dragon Ball, but for Z, yeah. For Z, yeah. Not for Dragon Ball. What I mentioned about Dragon Ball, I didn't get introduced to Dragon Ball until it was on Toonami. But Z, yes, I do remember waking up Saturday mornings at 6 to watch Z. So yes, that. Season 3. Hey, it's Frieza. And of course you got Krillin in the back there, Jace and Berta. You got Nail there and Dende. The Elder Kai, or no, not the Elder Kai, the Elder Namekian. I forgot what his name was. OG Dragon Ball, that is. Oh, gotcha. I downloaded the scripts for DBZ before it aired here, so I only knew Hercule as Satan, so I was confused when people started watching it here. Oh, so you dug in. You dug in. No, I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. Because that was definitely a thing back in the day. Especially with a lot of folks that I talked to. They would get episodes and, you know. Yeah. Season 4. Got Trunks on there. You got some androids on there. You got, let's see. You got 16, 18. Is that King Cold in the back? Yeah, that's King Cold in the back. Mech Frieza. Android 19 in the back. So yeah, pretty cool. Season 5. Got Piccolo, Android 17, Krillin, Dr. Gero, Vegeta, Tien, and one of the Cell Juniors in the far. Very cool. They really did a good job with the Blu-ray box art. Like, I love the Blu-ray box art. Season 6 has my favorite DBZ villain on there, Cell. Got a couple of Cell Juniors in the back. Of course, father and son, Goku and Gohan. Teen Gohan, to be specific. But yeah, Cell, especially Perfect Cell, favorite DBZ villain of all time. Okay. Season 7. You got the Great Saiyan Man. Of course, you got Trunks and Goten and Videl in the back there. I don't remember who that blonde is. Oh, it's just a random local. But Saiyan Man. Okay. Season 8. Of course, you got Majin Vegeta. You got Deborah. You got Bobbity. Yeah, that's it. Everybody else behind them are just locals. Deborah was interesting. I thought he was interesting. And then the last one, Season 9. Of course, you got Hercule, a.k.a. Mr. Satan. You got Kid Buu. And you got Goku summoning a spirit bomb. Great way to end DBZ. Very great way to end DBZ. And then, of course, let's not forget the movies. Now, I know I could have gotten the movies on Blu-ray, but, I mean, they had them in very nice collections on DVD, so I figured might as well. So, Collection 1. 5-pack. Dead Zone, World's Strongest, Tree of Might, Lord Slug, Cooler's Revenge. World's Strongest is definitely one of my favorites, although I did really like Dead Zone and Tree of Might. Lord Slug was alright, and Cooler's Revenge was really good, but definitely World's Strongest is one of my favorites. Collection number 2. It's a 4-movie pack. You got The Return of Cooler, Super Android 13, Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan, BoJack Unbound. Of course, also really good movies as well, especially the first Broly movie, Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan, really really good. And then you have the third one, collection number 3, the movie pack. The Second Coming of Broly, Bio Broly, Fusion Reborn, and Wrath of the Dragon. I vaguely remember Wrath of the Dragon. I mean, I do remember Tapion, but Wrath of the Dragon I may have to revisit, because I vaguely remember that one. So, definitely have to revisit that one. Charles says, Tree of Might was known as the worst when it got released here. I didn't have an issue with Tree of Might. It was definitely interesting, but I never had an issue with Tree of Might. Tree of Might was interesting. I missed the black VHS cases. Oh yeah, those were a trip. Especially for Dead Zone. I remember buying that at Suncoast Movie Company the day it released. Oh, for Dead Zone? Nice, nice. And I remember when Toonami also showed those couple of DBZ movies. But yeah, and that's my DBZ collection. But yeah, definitely one of my favorites. Dragon Ball Z was really one of the premier animes that really got me into anime. You know, from watching on Saturday mornings, of course. Okay. And then, let's see. Pardon me. One second. Dang, these slipped out. Let me put these back in. Okay. Okay, there we go. And I know people are going to say it. I know a lot of people are going to say that they hate it. I know they're going to say they're going to hate it, but you know what? I had no problem with it. I still got to finish it, but I had no problem with it. But I know people are going to give me crap for this. But yes, I do own it. And that's Dragon Ball GT. Yes. From what I've seen of Dragon Ball GT, I like. So sue me. Yes, I understand it might not be one of the stronger ones of the series, but you know what? I liked it for what it was. Give me a break. Yes, Charles, I do own GT. I've only seen up to the end of the Baby Saga. So I definitely gotta finish the rest of this. So, but yeah, I'm one of those that owns this. I got a lot of crap for it, but hey, it is what it is. I have it. I like it. Yeah. Charles says, that's where I draw the line. Nothing past that for me other than the last Broly movie, which went hard. You kind of have to own GT. Shoot, according to a lot of DB's Dragon Ball Z fans and such, apparently not, but hey, I'll be one of those rare ones. Why not? I will take one for the team. I own this. I will take one for the team. And besides, you have to admit, Super Saiyan Level 4 Goku was pretty cool. But, let's see. right. And then I just recently got the rest of these. There were still one or two that I was missing, but I finally got the complete collection from what they have released so far. And yes, that would be Dragon Ball Super, which I still need to sit down and watch. They're fake if they own Super and not GT. Just saying. That's bold. That's bold. That's bold. But here we go. So Super number 1 has Goku on there. Charles says GT is better than the Super era to me, but I'm over the DBZ era and beyond. Ooh, man. I'd be afraid to say that around a bunch of DB Super fans. Whew. Number 2, Golden Frieza. I do like the box art for these, for sure. Definitely love the box art for these. You have Super Saiyan God Vegeta. I think that's right. But, you know, I'm a Vegeta fan. It's number 3. Got Trunks. Trunks number 4. Sword and all. I actually don't know who the heck this is, which is why I still need to watch this. But it looks like a female Super Saiyan. So hey, guess I gotta check this out. Or wait, that's number 8. Wow, hold up, I skipped 5. I'm sorry. Here's number 5, which is Goku Black. Number 5, Goku Black. Number 6, I actually have no idea who that is either, but looks kind of cool. I have no idea who that is. Charles says, you know how I do. I can handle my own with anyone. LOL. That you do. That you do. Point well made. Let's see. Part 7 got Adult Gohan, which I still really, really like Adult Gohan. I know a lot of people crap on Gohan because he hadn't kept up with his training and everything, but I like this Gohan. He may not top Teen Gohan, but I still like this Gohan. I don't care what anybody says. And then, of course, I just showed number 8, which is this female Super Saiyan. Have to figure about her. Number 9. Number 9 is Jiren, which I heard he's a really cool character. And then number 10, which I believe this is Ultra Instinct Goku. If I'm saying that right, Ultra Instinct Goku. So, got all 10 Blu-rays. Finally, the ones that I was missing for so long was 4 and 5, because they were out of stock according to Right Stuff, and they were waiting for more to come in, and that took like a 7-8 month long wait. But then they finally got some more in stock. And I guess technically these are DBZ movies, but of course I got Battle of the Gods, which you know was this first that kind of transition to the super world. I also have Resurrection F, which I did see in the theater. I did see this one in the theater. Was really, really good. And then the most recent one, which I also saw in the theater, which this is technically a Dragon Ball Super movie, is Dragon Ball Super Broly the movie. Saw this in the theater. Thought it was really good. Well, yeah. So I guess technically I need to put these with DBZ. Yeah. Yeah, I guess technically those go there. But yeah. So that is it for all of the D's. Like I said, most of D is Dragon Ball related. But at least I got the full collection. Definitely got the full collection between Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, GT, and Super. But, you know, they're releasing a new movie, and supposedly they're supposed to be doing a new arc for Dragon Ball Super. When that will happen, I have no idea. But hey, hopefully at some point I'll be caught up, but I doubt it. But hey, we'll see. Anything can happen. Okay. Okay, so that was D. E. Let's go to the E's. I don't have much for E, just one particular anime, which they did a series, and then two movies. No Desert Punk, shame. It's on my watch list on Hulu, but aside from that, I can't find Desert Punk anywhere. But it's on my Hulu watch list. But I can't find Desert Punk anywhere, bro. But for E, which shout outs to Visceral Motions for introducing me to this, Eden of the East. A really good suspense anime. The series is only about 11 or so episodes, but really good suspense anime. And then, of course, they did two movies as well. They did The King of Eden and Paradise Lost. But yeah, and, you know, it's from the same director that did Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. But if you want a good suspense anime, you know, very interesting story, you know, some twists and turns, definitely give Eden of the East a try. I remember I brought it up, and Visceral Motions highly recommended it to me, so I watched it. It was on Hulu when I saw it. So yeah, definitely recommend Eden of the East. No Demon Slayer surprise. I have seen the first season. I just don't own it yet. I need to watch. I need to get caught up, but I've seen the first season of Demon Slayer. It's pretty good. It's definitely pretty good. But yeah, I just don't own it yet. But I like Demon Slayer. I like Demon Slayer. Okay. Okay. F. F, F, F. So I got a good handful of F's. Ooh, man. Got a lot of F's. Digimon Dragon Quest. Didn't know Dragon Quest had an anime, and Digimon, I mean, if I don't like Pokemon, why would I like Digimon? I'll just leave it at that. Okay, for the F's. Another Studio Ghibli movie that I actually still need to see, but I own it now, so I have to eventually watch it. From Up on Poppy Hill. I had heard about this one, I just never got around to seeing it, so definitely have to check this out. But From Up on Popping Hill. I finished the Demon Slayer manga a while back. Binging the chapters got me back into manga again. Oh, that's what's up. Hey, I can dig that. But I'm starting to fall off again. Oh, gotta get back on track. Now I know this isn't a, I guess this isn't really an anime. This isn't really an anime, but I mean, I figured I might as well include it on here because it's from a video game, and I mean technically Blaze. This was definitely a movie that I was very, very hyped about when it was first announced and I first saw the trailer. I was extremely hyped up to see this once it came out. Digimon is darker and different enough, honestly. I'll take your word for it, but just Digimon, Pokemon, I mean, just the names. I mean, isn't it from the same artist, director, stuff like that? Or maybe I'm misinformed. Final Fantasy VII, Advent Children. This is definitely a movie, one of my favorite movies. Not an incredibly long movie, but still definitely one of my favorite movies. And as you can see, I actually have it autographed. I got this autographed by 3 people in particular. Got this autographed by George Newbern, who was the voice of Sephiroth, and definitely, I know George Newbern, I guess when it comes to, being Sephiroth, I mean, afterwards it's been, a bunch of different names when it comes to Sephiroth, but still, this is still somebody that, I met in person, and, I just thought he was really cool, meeting him in person, and just the fact that he got to voice a very iconic character, I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. But yeah, that's one of the autographs. Another autograph on there is from Christy Carlson Romano, who did the voice of Yuffie Kizaragi, and is a well-known name that did the voice of Kim Possible. And then the last name on there is from the original voice of Tifa. She's still all that. Rachel Lee Cook. And meeting her was so amazing. She is still fine and still really cool. So those are the three autographs that I have on here. So George Newbern, Christy Carlson Romano, Rachel Lee Cook. Advent Children is one of your favorite movies? Yeah. You have to also remember, bro, Final Fantasy VII is my all-time favorite video game. So, I mean, I'm going to be a little biased. I'm just saying. It's not my all-time favorite movie. My all-time favorite movie, I'd have to say, is Enter the Dragon, because I've seen it, so many times ever since I was a kid. But this is definitely up there for me. Definitely up there for me. And, Final Fantasy VII is my all-time favorite video game, so... this kind of goes hand in hand. Also got Fatal Fury. So I actually got a couple of these. I got the OVA on DVD, Legend of the Hungry Wolf. But then they later released it on Blu-ray. It's part of the OVA collection, so I went ahead and picked that up. And then, of course, the motion picture, which I remember seeing the motion picture. They once showed it on Cinemax, and that was how I got introduced to this. Of course, Fatal Fury, I know is it's a popular SNK game, but I came across the movie late at night once on Cinemax, and I was just like, oh snap, they made a movie from this. So that was why I checked it out. But yeah, apparently they did an OVA for it, and like I said, I have a copy of the OVA on Blu-ray and on DVD as well. Okay. This next one, of course, you have Fatal Fury. Yes, you would be correct. This next one, definitely hilarious. Has a decent bit of action, but I feel like this is very well known for its comedy. And the crazy thing about this is they had actually announced another season or two of this anime for next year. And that would be FLCL, aka Fooly Cooley. So this is the first series of FLCL, and then I also have FLCL Progressive and Alternative. And the really cool thing about these is they still kept the Pillows doing the soundtrack for both of these, as well as the newest one that they're going to release next year. That too is still supposed to have the Pillows doing the soundtrack. They're on Crunchyroll. Oh, I didn't even know that. Didn't even know that. But love this anime. Love the soundtrack. The story's weird. The story is really weird, and there's even a lot of weird segments. Like, I definitely like Haruko. Really, really cool. Seen a lot of Haruko cosplay over the years. Shout out to Anna Metal Chick, who did a really, really great Haruko cosplay. But definitely loved FLCL. Like I said, it's a funny, weird, wacky anime, but definitely love the art style, love the soundtrack. If anything, I love it for the soundtrack. The Pillows, excellent band. Charles says FLCL didn't hook me. Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody, because like I said, it was really, really weird. So it's definitely not for everyone. But I can definitely appreciate, if anything, the soundtrack hooked me the most to really giving this a shot. But yeah, love me some FLCL. I first watched FLCL back on Adult Swim. It was on Adult Swim. And I don't know if they did show Progressive and Alternative, but by the time that came out, I owned it and just watched from here. But the original series I had watched all the way through like twice on Adult Swim. But yeah, FLCL, definitely recommend it. I remember getting the first original series on Blu-ray pretty much day one when it came out. So definitely love me some FLCL. And it's not a long series. It's not a long series. 12 episodes between Progressive and Alternative, and then the original series only had 6. So won't take you long to get through. Next up, this was another one. They started showing this. I don't remember if it was on HBO or Cinemax. I think it was Cinemax. But for a while, they were showing episodes of this late at night. Fist of the North Star. Very old anime, but still very iconic to this day. Of course, got the complete series on Blu-ray. The movie on Blu-ray. And then they did a new Fist of the North Star, which I guess is, I don't know if it's a reboot or just way in the future. I still haven't watched it yet. But I got this on DVD. I think it's a reboot. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But but of course the original series was what I came across back on Cinemax or HBO, one of the two. And that's how I got introduced to Fist of the North Star. I heard a lot about Fist of the North Star. I've heard the name quite a bit. But, you know, it wasn't until way later in the years that, you know, when I came across this on Cinemax or HBO. And like I said, old animation, but still very action-packed, very brutal. I mean, Kenshiro didn't play. He didn't play. He hit you with all those different techniques, make your head explode and everything like that. It was crazy. I mean, there's YouTube videos now just with him doing a compilation of just over and over again. So I mean, it's very well known, and there's a lot of those on YouTube. So, but yeah, I never did finish Fist of the North Star. I think I got maybe halfway through. So this is definitely a series I need to revisit. The live action sucked. The live action royally sucked. But yeah, they had the live action free on YouTube like long time ago, but the live action sucked. But Fist of the North Star, very well known. And then of course, you already know it. Of course I own this. Another very well-known, iconic anime. And part of me feels bad because I never did finish it, but at least I am able to finish it. Full Metal Alchemist. So, the first original series, got it on Blu-ray, was really, really hard to find for the longest time. It's actually quite rare. Really quite rare to find. And then got the two movies, of course, the Conqueror of Shambhala and the Sacred Star of Milos. So got both of the movies on Blu-ray for that and the original series of Full Metal Alchemist. And of course, I do have what pretty much a lot of fans say is the most talked about between the two, and pretty much the more darker version. But thankfully, I do have it, and it's also a rare find as well, but definitely worth getting. And that's the full complete series of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. This is Blu-ray box set number 1. And Blu-ray box set number 2. Which I believe these may be found exclusively on therightstuff.com. But just a fair warning, Aniplex, their releases are usually going to be expensive. Their physical releases of anime are usually very expensive. And they can typically be as high as $250, if not higher. So that's the only thing that's just really annoying about Aniplex releases, is that they're typically really expensive. So thankfully I was able to take advantage of these on therightstuff.com when they were on sale. When they were about 40% off. Not half off. I've never seen them half off, but both of these were about 40% off at one point, so I took advantage and got these. But nowadays, Full Metal Alchemist, like outside of the two movies, the series can actually be hard to find. Like, it took me a long time to find this, and Amazon.com had it for like $300-400 at one point. But still definitely glad that I was able to snag these. But yeah, it's another series that I still gotta finish. But it's a very popular, well-known anime. I see a lot of cosplay for it as well. See a lot of Roy Mustang, Alphonse Elric, which I have the pop figure of Alphonse Elric, and of course Edward Elric. But definitely Roy Mustang, the Flame Alchemist, definitely one of my favorite characters. But yeah, Full Metal Alchemist, definitely very action packed, very great anime, very well animated, and I recommend both the original and Brotherhood. Even though I'm sure a lot of people will say Brotherhood is really the main one to focus on, but I still feel like the original still looked really cool. So I recommend all of it. Michael Gorman, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Came across it, Nice Price Books, week ago. Full Metal. Hey, it's Michael. Was at Animazement. Got to see you. Will you be at Galaxy Con? I recognize the name. So yeah, we probably did run into each other. Unfortunately, this year's Animazement, I was only able to go for one day because I unfortunately caught COVID. But yes, I will be at GalaxyCon in July. I will be at GalaxyCon. Let's see. Okay. So that is it for the F's. Now we're about to move on to the last letter for this video, and that's the G's. All right. Now for the G's to finish this off. Now this anime, I remember hearing about this anime, or actually seeing this in old anime magazines. Y'all remember those really old school anime magazines? Like, I remember seeing a few of them back in high school. Like, I knew a friend that collected anime magazines back in high school, and they were pretty big too. They were pretty thick. You know, definitely thicker than the average video game magazine. And it wasn't a Shonen Jump magazine or anything like that. But yeah, it was just one of those really pretty decently thick anime magazines. And I actually came across this anime from the magazine. Saw pictures of this, thought it was really cool, and decided to check it out, and was very reluctant, or not reluctant, was very lucky to find this on DVD, but I do hope it comes to Blu-ray at some point. Gunsmith Cats. Rally Vincent. Minnie May. Definitely really enjoyed this. This is a very old anime, but it was definitely one that I enjoyed quite a bit. A lot of gunplay, a lot of action, but it's definitely a classic that I enjoyed. And I really hope that someday, I don't know when, I don't know how, but maybe luckily someday they'll bring this to Blu-ray. I hope so. I really, really hope that they'll bring this to Blu-ray. But we'll see. Next up, have Gamers. Gamers was pretty neat. I thought it was pretty cool that they actually had this actually focused around students as part of a video game club, and they actually had a president of the video game club, and you know, it was just pretty cool to see, you know, just video games represented in anime. So saw this, thought it was really cool. I originally watched this on Crunchyroll. And it was pretty neat. It was definitely pretty neat. It's not a long anime. It's only 12 episodes, but if you like if you like some drama, if you like video games, definitely check this out. But yeah, it's not a long anime, but it's pretty cool. It's definitely pretty cool. So definitely check out Gamers. Now I've only seen the movie of this. Haven't seen the series, but I've heard a lot of great things about the series. But I've only seen the movie of this. Charles says Gunsmith Cats was a manga I used to read and cut out because I loved the art. That and Mobile Tank Police. Oh, I also do remember Mobile Tank Police. I do remember that one. Go 13. The series. All 50 episodes. I remember seeing the movie. The one movie I saw was Go 13 Queen Bee, which that used to come on late at night on Cinemax. That was how I saw that movie. But I've heard a lot of good things about Go 13. So I figured, hey, the movie was really cool. So hopefully the series is as well. So I decided to pick this up. That's all I really have to say. Now this next one, I still have yet to watch the series. I've seen one of the movies. The movie, it was more so kind of like 3D animation, almost. Yeah, it was okay, and I think that they did do a live action of this, but I haven't seen it. But I love the opening theme, Super Shooter. It's actually one of my ringtones. But I love the opening theme, Super Shooter by Rip Slime. Gantz. Got the complete series of Gantz on DVD. This is another one I hope they bring to Blu-ray. But yeah, I've only seen one of the movies, but I haven't started the series yet. But I've heard a lot of great things about the series, and like I said, I already love the opening theme. So yeah, I have to check this out. And I heard it gets pretty brutal as well. So something I will keep in mind. But yeah, Gantz, the series. And this is another one. Shout out to Sly Nature for introducing me to this anime. I've only seen the first season of it, so I still got to see the second season and the OVA. But I definitely like the action. I like the animation. Very, very interesting characters. And that is Gunslinger Girl. But yeah, I remember Sly Nature, good friend of mine, introduced me to this. And I thought it was pretty cool. Thought it was really cool. Lots of different guns. Henrietta I thought was a pretty interesting character. Out of all the ladies, Henrietta was really interesting. But this is definitely one I need to revisit for sure. But definitely a good one. Like I said, when I first watched it, I got through the first series. I never got to the second series, T-Trino, but definitely will have to revisit this. But I vouch for Gunslinger Girl. Okay. 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 Only a few remaining. Now this next one, I mean, I don't know, I don't think you can really consider this an anime, but I do have it in my collection. I mean, as a cartoon, as a animated show. But this was definitely a series that I'm not gonna, I will say was a part of my childhood, but not as big as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This series was more a big for my older brother. He was really big into this. When I was really big into Ninja Turtles, he was really big into this next title. But I've always had an appreciation for this, and therefore I now own it. It is the complete original series of G.I. Joe. Complete first series, all 95 episodes. Have this on DVD. And I actually got a copy of this for my brother, and I actually got this autographed by a couple of the voice actors and actresses. The first year I went to GalaxyCon, back when it was called Raleigh SuperCon, there were a couple of voice actors there. I believe, if I remember correctly, Destro, I think Cobra Commander, and somebody else. I don't remember. May have been Lady J or Scarlet, but yeah, I was able to get this autographed and gave to my brother for a nice little surprise. And then, of course, got the G.I. Joe, the movie, on Blu-ray DVD combo. Cobra! 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 I love that intro. Oh my goodness, that was such a cool intro. But, you know, I did this for my brother because I know for the longest time, and, you know, I'm sure he's probably going to see this, but for the longest time, I remember my brother collected tons of G.I. Joes. He even had a whole specialized case full of G.I. Joes. And, you know, me being the baby boy, because, I mean, there's 9 years difference, I used to bite the hands and legs and heads off of his G.I. Joes, and he used to get so angry at me about it, which, I mean, totally understandable. You know, I was a young kid. I didn't know no better. I was a young kid. But it was really good to see him happy when I got him autographed copy of this, and he forgave me for all that I did back then. After getting him this, he forgave me. Because I know that was something that was always kind of in the back of his head. You know, no hate or nothing like that. But whenever we would reminisce about the past, that's something that he always brought up, and that always irritated him. So it was good that I was able to do this for him and pretty much get redeemed. You know what I mean? So, because, like I said, G.I. Joe was a big part of my brother's childhood, especially, you know, as I was growing up. Because, you know, G.I. Joe was definitely big around that time. So, you know, my brother's a lot bigger into this, but I've always had an appreciation for the original G.I. Joe. It's still cool to this day. A lot of characters in this original series and movie. So, this is definitely have a lot of appreciation for G.I. Joe. Okay. And then lastly, to finish this off, we're gonna get into some Ghost in the Shell. That's right. Got a whole bunch of Ghost in the Shell. Let's see what we have for you. So, have Ghost in the Shell 2.0, which is pretty much high definition movie of the original. The movie was very weird, very interesting, and also came across this on Cinemax for the first time. That was how I saw this movie. But pretty neat movie. Very weird, you know, just pretty much like Akira and such. I did also get the 4K Ultra edition of Ghost in the Shell as well. I decided to get it because, you know, I do have a 4K TV. I do have a PS5. And, you know, I figured this was dirt cheap. I got this for like $8 or $9. So I figured, why not? You know, I mean, I know I already have the movie, but, you know, 4K Ultra edition, $8, why not? So I figured, I'll get it again. Sure, why not? Also have Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence, which I still have yet to watch. But I heard that it's probably not as good as the original, but, you know, I still own it. Still plan on checking it out. Okay. Then we got Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. This is the complete first season. And then we have the second gig, which is the complete second season. Now, I know they did do Blu-ray releases for these, but I have heard from reviews that the quality of the Blu-ray releases of these were trash. Therefore, I decided to still stick with the DVD copies, and I haven't upgraded because, according to reviews, the quality of the Blu-ray releases were trash for these two. So, and when you see a lot of reviews that say that, you should probably take heed to them. That's why I haven't upgraded. But I do have some the rest of these on Blu-ray though. So I have Ghost in the Shell, Solid State Society. So I have that. I also have The Laughing Man on Blu-ray as well. Got The Laughing Man. I really like that box art. And Individual 11. And Ghost in the Shell is definitely something I need to revisit. Of course, you know, a big thing that I've always loved about Ghost in the Shell is the Tachikomas. I mean, Tachikomas are so cool. They have those weird voices, but the Tachikomas are where it's at. I've always been a fan of the Tachikomas. And then they kind of branched out quite a bit, did some reboots, kind of went all over the place. So they did Ghost in the Shell Arise, you know, Motoko Kusanagi, different hairstyle, different look. So got Arise, which this first one borders 1 and 2, Ghost Pain, Ghost Whispers. And then I have the other, which is Ghost Tears and Ghost Stands Alone. So they're pretty much OVAs. So a couple of OVAs for Ghost in the Shell Arise. I still got to watch them though, but it's pretty much, you know, I guess a reboot, spinoff, whatnot. And then got Ghost in the Shell, the new movie. So I believe this is based off another reboot that they did, which I believe is on Netflix, which I think they're doing a second season of that. It's on my Netflix queue, but that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of this. So it's really good to still see Ghost in the Shell heavily supported. Like I said, I like the original movie. I enjoyed Standalone Complex, really great series. I need to revisit that. And of course, you know, it's another one. Yoko Kanno did the music composition for, very iconic, well-known composer. But yeah, definitely Ghost in the Shell, very well-known name when it comes to anime. But like I said, I refuse to watch the live action, that one with Scarlett Johansson. I won't do it. I refuse to. I refuse to do it. So, but yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, so that completes part one. My anime collection A through G. So definitely looking forward to doing part two and part three. Part two, I can tell you right now, is going to be even bigger than this one. Part three, not so much, but part two is definitely going to be huge compared to tonight's video. But but yeah, um, definitely got a lot more to go through, and I hope y'all enjoyed what y'all saw. And let me know what y'all think with the titles that I showed off. What did y'all think? Do y'all like them? Do y'all hate them? Have you seen them before? Have you never seen them before? Are there any that you recommend that I check out or potentially invest in? Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, give the stream a follow, and don't forget to share as well. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. But yeah, I had fun. I definitely had fun doing this. Looking forward to doing parts two and three. But thank y'all so much for watching. Shout outs to Adnan, to Charles, to Michael for coming in and chiming in. Charles, thank you so much for your feedback and for really engaging in the discussion and definitely giving me your thoughts on, giving some of your favorites and some of, the anime that you're into and just the feedback that you gave. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and it's good seeing you. It's good seeing the rest of y'all as well. But definitely keep an eye out for parts two and part three. And thank y'all so much for watching. For Blitzball Champ Gaming, coming at you via YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. I'm Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed rest of your week. And I will catch y'all in the next video. God bless. Peace. Take care, y'all. Good night.